Hi, and I am here with another Mixed Media Mayhem recipe for you guys today. I am also playing along with Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. This is the sketch that we have for you guys today. It is created by our very own Mel Walkden. She is one of the content creators for Mixed Media Mayhem, so I'm super excited to work with this sketch. However, I'm actually going to flip the sketch upside down and probably move the title over to the left and not do any of those photos down at the bottom, only because of where it's going to sit in my layout. So for my metal pieces, I have two tokens from Tim Holtz that I have picked out. One that just says simply, and then I picked out a number because it's my favorite. And then I also have, for my watercolors, I picked out some Shimmers paints. I have Inklings, Minor 49er, Sheer Bliss, and Frosty Buns. And in creamies, I have Thunderstorm. So I'm super excited to play along with this recipe. And then for my title, I have picked out these tile alphas as well as the word Sunkissed from this thicker set. And I didn't show you guys the thicker set name. I apologize about that. And then I have Distress Oxide in Weathered Wood, and I'm going to use my blender brush because I have a stencil that I'm going to put that through. I have my favoriteest twine in the whole wide world that I'm going to be using for the charms on the Tim Holtz. These are the two photos that I have, and if you can see, there's little sun rays coming through the clouds. I absolutely love that. I do. And for my acetate sheet, I have this piece here that is a really old one from Stampin' Up, and it's called Mercury paper. That was the name of it. And then this is the stencil that I'm going to be using, and I checked to see if it was still available, and it is not. So I did not see where it was available. But Janet says that she has one, I believe, from Kaiser Craft, and I'm not sure if that one's available yet either. And then I have just a plain white piece of cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm sharing you guys because Sheer Bliss is the brand new color kits it's in the color kits this month, and I don't know if it's going to be offered outside of January's color kit, but it's a brand new color to me, and I'm super excited to see it. So I went ahead and I inked those up, and while they are, rehydrating, I should say, I'm going to go ahead and work on my photo cluster, and I'm going to have both my photos go all the way across the top of my layout, instead of just have one photo down at the bottom of my layout. And then Mel had a couple squiggly lines. That's where I'm going to put my acetate piece, so that way it just shows out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and mark where the acetate piece is going to go on my layout, so that way I know where to put my stencil. And I'm going to have my stencil burst out from the center instead of having it offset like the stencil is originally created. So I'm going to start pretty heavily and then work my weathered wood a little bit on the thinner side, but the stencil was a little on the weak side, so I had to add a little bit more of my magnets to go with it. So I'm not going all the way down, just like when you see in my photo, the sunbursts don't go all the way down. So I'm going to try to fade them out as I go down my paper, except for this one down here. I did make it go all the way down, just so that way I had a resting point for my title. That was the only idea for it right there. And then, of course, on the other one, I made it go all the way off the page. Just to, again, that was just so my title had basically a corral for it. Now I'm going to paint the inside of my rays with Frosty Buns. And just giving it a little bit of shimmer and shine. And I'm just taking the tip of my brush and just making little lines in and out and among my weathered wood. I wanted them to have that bluey, cloudy effect is what I was going for with that. And then I'm going to clean my brush really good and go to Sheer Bliss. Again, it's the new color. Oh, I'm so excited for it. It is so pretty. And I'm going to go in between my rays with this color just to give it, again, just a little whimsical lineage. I don't know really what to say. But I know I'm not artistic enough to do clouds. I know I'm not at all. And so I definitely wanted just that sun ray feel coming through the clouds is what I was going for. Then I took Minor 49er and splattered all over my layout. And now I'm taking Thunderstorm and splattering. Now in between my splatters, so I don't mix my colors or make mud, I did dry my splatters. So now I am super happy with how this looks, and I thought I'd show it to you guys up close and personal so you guys can see all that shimmer and shine and just plain beautifulness. I love how this looks. Now I'm going to go back to my photo mats and share with you guys how I plan on putting these together, because acetate is kind of sort of tricky. Now I have to tell you guys that there is no masking that you have to take off of this, or film, or whatever comes on most acetate pieces. There is none of that. It is just plain paper and you get to play with it. Now I wrapped my twine around twice, and it was the end of this particular roll, but don't be scared. I have about 3 or 4 of these rolls because they are my favoriteest, and at any moment Stampin' Up! Can quit selling them. So what I'm doing is I'm going to take my Simply token and put it in the twine before actually tying the knot, so it can slide where I need it to, and then the 31 will actually be tied in, so it is exactly stationary where I want it. So this way I can angle the word Simply to where the 31 doesn't cover it up, and then I'm just going to use a glue dot to hold it in place. Now I'm going to take some white fun foam pieces and go ahead and use those to pop everything up and give this layout just a little bit of dimension. And I really like the fact that my acetate's going to kind of be floating on the page rather than just be smacked on the page. I mean, it would have made for a very plain layout if I did not do this part. So of course I'm going to put my double adhesive. I always use my double-sided tape for an instant stick, and then my liquid glue for the a permanent stick. And now I'm going to work on my title, because that's pretty much all that I have left for this layout. So I want my title, it's actually going to be Kissed by the Sun instead of Sun-Kissed. So it's going to be Kissed by the Sun because our town looks like it's being kissed by the sun, with all those little sun rays trying to come through the clouds. And so I thought it was kind of cute. Plus, I know that I would probably never have used the word sun-kissed. So I'm glad that I got this title down the way that it is. And then I turned these X's so they can be kisses. You know, like you have X's and O's for kisses and hugs. And so I thought it would be a cute addition if I added kisses to the layout. Now, my very first one that I put down, I didn't realize that these actually stuck because thickers don't stick. And so I stuck it down, decided I didn't want it there. And so I did rip my page. So I am going to come back with some of these gemstones that are uber old from Close to My Heart. And they are the perfect gray. They're like a deep dark gray and then a lighter gray. And I thought, oh my gosh, those match the weathered wood absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle all of those down because I am trying to use everything up. And why not? What else am I going to use it on? Because if they're that old, that means I don't use them at all. So I went ahead and sprinkled those in both of my little clusters, and I'm calling this layout done. I am not going to touch another thing because I'm just so happy with all of my sun rays. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it when you guys come and check me out every day. Also, too, be sure to check out everyone else that is playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem. All the links are down below, as well as playlists for Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. The playlist is down below, and the Facebook group is down below. So Mel, I want to thank you so much for this amazing sketch today. I really did enjoy creating with this sketch, even though I didn't have as many photos as you put and indicated on your sketch. But thank you so much, and I will check y'all later. Bye.